The following is a fan-based discussion. All properties discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, Hasbro, and Subaraya Productions. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Tokucast Reviews, episode number 134? 134.
134.
Jacob and Marcus here to discuss Neo Ultra Q, billed as the sequel to Ultra Q.
Yes.
One of the very first Toku TV shows.
Yeah, it was the first in the Ultraman series. So,
but no Ultraman.
No.
Getting that right out of the way, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there was no Ultraman.
So Ultra Q, the original Ultra Q, is about a group of people who explore and examine supernatural phenomena throughout Japan, whether they be alien in nature or somehow supernatural in nature, and that's what this is.
Yeah,
it's we have like our three main ones. We have the bartender, we've got the therapist, and the journalist.
Yes, and
it's them just kind of getting caught up in a whirlwind of supernatural antics.
Yeah. Is basically take normal situation, place monster, and that's pretty much how this goes.
It depends on your definition of normal.
It's an anthology series. For the most part,
I don't know that I would call it one.
Because I mean, you do have
because I was going to say because you have the through line of those characters, and because it all takes place within like one location. Or like one country, it's all like isolated within one thing. Like, yes, the stories are unconnected, but it's more of like episodic adventures than it is an anthology. I can see that.
I'll start off.
Okay,
with this.
Go ahead.
One, I love what they did with the intro, where they slightly modernized the original Ultra Q intro, slightly. But didn't really change anything. So it still feels, one, older.
Yeah.
Two, weird. Which is like the basis of this entire show.
It's all about exploring the strange.
And I really liked it. The more I watched it, the more I really liked it. I watched like an episode a day. And it was just interesting to see how these monsters fit into certain situations.
How they fit into everyday life.
Like episode 2 with the cleaning monster.
With the monster who runs a laundry service.
Yes, and then he cleans the world. That episode ends so abruptly, but I love how just weird abrupt it is.
Yeah.
Where he just bathes the world in bubbles.
In his own spit bubbles, and then the world is just a big white globe floating in space.
And then that's it. And then, all the bubbles pop at the end. And I'm just like, oh, okay.
Oh, all right.
I guess.
I really liked that episode, though.
I did, too. He was really a part of that community. And I think that's the thing that made me like it a lot.
A part of the community, and you also had, because, there's prejudice against ogres, as they called them in the subtitles I watched.
Same.
And you had the older gentleman who, is like, really racist against ogres, doesn't like him at all. But you know what? He did good work on the laundry, so I'll trust this one. And then those kids, mess his laundry up, and he gets really mad, and his wife is sick. I mean, that scene where he goes to bring the clothes back after he cleans them again, and the wife has passed away, and her body is just, there, and he's just mourning her loss, and then he sees that he did clean the dress or whatever it was. And it was a level of emotional feeling I didn't expect this show to get to.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it doesn't do it that much, and it does it inconsistently when it tries.
Yeah, but I think, because I think in this show, it's more about picking up the episodes than just looking at it sort of as a whole, at least for me.
Okay.
This feels much more like, okay, I can pick out this episode and that episode, than just be like the entire show. You sort of don't need to watch. I can
understand why I'd say that, because they are distinct enough.
Yeah.
In both, because I watched the show in bulk. I didn't watch it all in a day, but I watched 6 episodes one day, 6 episodes the next, and
it's only 12 episodes.
It is short. I appreciated that. You're watching it, and it is very tonally inconsistent.
Yeah.
In terms of what they're going for, but some episodic adventure shows are like that. You'll get an episode of Batman the Animated Series that is pretty lighthearted, and then the next one will be a little heavier.
Yeah.
So it's not something I am unfamiliar with.
Yeah. I just really like this. I just thought it was weird. It had the last episode with the kids and those things are being implanted into their spines. I watched that this morning because I was like, I'll finish this today. No. No, ma'am. No, thank you. There's that one scene where she rigs up sort of. I thought she was going to hang herself at one moment. And then she puts a pin on the bottom of it. I thought she was just going to escape the place.
Yeah.
And then because the thing is out on their back. It looks like the aliens from Alien.
The face huggers.
The face huggers.
The face hugger, but on your back.
Yeah. She puts a pin in it.
Yeah.
And then jumps off the chair and it rips out. And you see the thing just swinging and her just screaming in the foreground. And I'm sitting here no, thank you.
Yikes.
No, ma'am.
I'm going to talk about the first episode.
Oh, yeah.
That was a really good one because you have this ogre, and I really like the design of this one too, where it's just kind of like a shapeless, formless rock.
Yeah.
Sort of beast that's just kind of lumbering forward.
Yeah, it's
not doing anything. It's just sort of walking.
Because it has a destination.
It has a destination, this sacred ground, this tree in the middle of the forest. And it's just walking slowly. And you have crowds of people surrounding it, pro-ogre people and, people who think ogres should be exterminated. And you've got police with guns trained on it. And
it hurt my, ogres hurt my family. And that, because you basically sort of follow this one guy.
That one guy whose family was killed.
Yeah.
By an ogre in some sort of accident, or whether it was intentional, we don't know.
By a different ogre, because
a different one, not this one. But then in the end, he's it's I was wondering if he was gonna try and take it down with him, it was gonna be a murder suicide type of thing. But no, he pulls a shotgun on it at the end, once it gets there. But the ogre is able to complete its journey, and it dies and it becomes part of the tree, which is, and it was interesting where it's you have this beast that no one can understand, that is essentially going on a spiritual quest, to die, this is my destiny, this is where my life will end, I will die and I will become part of this tree and essentially return to the earth. And it's this sacred journey for this creature, and just all this chaos is happening around it. Yeah. And I really like that juxtaposition. Yeah. Just that inner zen of and the chaos going around you. Yeah. I think was really interesting.
It was a very good episode.
Yes. It was a great way to start. And the episode with the guy in the hole. That episode.
That episode is,
That episode where it was what if we tried to make this an Ingmar Bergman film? And so many, it's shot in black and white for the most of it. Yeah. Whenever they're in the hole, it's black and white. There's the demon guy, and it mostly shoots him in extreme close up, and he's all black. His face is all covered in black tar, and he's covered in black seaweed and mud.
That's so weird.
And just one of his eyes is exposed, and he's just kind of looking at the camera like this. And just, it's I don't really remember what the plot of the episode was.
But you remember that monster design.
But I remember the design, and I remember how visually interesting it was.
I think another one of my personal
favorites that's something, I
was
think.
The one where Argos, lady is holding a political rally or something inside a building with a whole bunch of mothers and their kids. Mm-hmm. And Emmy, who's a reporter, is also in there. And then she's anti-ogre, but only at face value because she's saying these things to get elected. To get the vote, yeah. And then these pro-ogre people come in with guns and everything saying that you're wrong and we'll hold you hostage and we just want certain things to happen. And then the monster shows up after, everybody's outside along with the other two main characters saying that, I want to learn about democracy. So I want the people to vote. Either the prime minister dies or these people inside dies. Everybody. And then at the end of it, they don't, I like the fact that the translator did not translate what was on the screen when the prime minister was speaking. You only get to see the hostages and everybody at the bottom after one of the main characters actually talking to Argo saying, democracy isn't perfect, but we have our intelligence to try to make it as good as we possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
And
I love democracy.
Yeah, there's nothing.
I love the Republic.
We haven't figured out a way to do something better yet. And then at the end of the episode, where they're all standing outside and the time limit's coming up for him to either kill everybody inside the building or the Prime Minister to die, the shield goes up on the building and all the people are able to escape. I like the fact that it was a little boy's ball goes out through the doorway first. Mm-hmm. And then you find out, one, that the Prime Minister did die. And all these people could escape. I love that episode a lot. But then the lady still comes out there and is saying, I did everything I could for these people. I was, I put my life on the line. I stood up to these people, to the terrorists, saying that, you can't hurt anybody. And I'm just like, you didn't do shit. You didn't do shit. I really liked that episode. I thought that episode was very good.
I want to talk about Seidagan. I really liked that episode. The woman is shipwrecked or stranded somehow on an island somewhere. And something on that island smells really bad. And it's this big old kaiju named Seidagan. And he stinks. But his snot, mucus, whatever that he excretes that smells really bad also has the power to heal wounds.
Yeah. And
she winds up getting rescued, goes back eventually, takes, some of his mucus and, and she winds up creating a cosmetics company.
Yeah.
Creates this...
Because it can also be used
creates a cosmetic empire and winds up profiting immensely off of this. And this show kind of reminds me of Twilight Zone in a way, with the way some of these episodes end.
What in the Twilight Zone? Was that the 50s?
50s, 60s, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because these would have came around the same time. At least the original Octo Q would have happened around the same time as the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, hosted by Rod Serling, and not every episode ends in a good way, shall we say, or some sort of a...
1950.
Yeah, 59 when it started. Good show still, I think. Just one of the things that really stuck out to me was the ending.
Yeah.
Where it's like the army or like the defense force or whatnot, they go to the island and they kill Seidagan. And it's this, and it leaves you wondering, like, did she want them to save him because you helped me survive while I was stranded here? Or is it because I profited off you?
Yeah.
And then we get that ending shot where she's sitting at her desk, and then she turns around, and that big old bulbous nose is like on her face, and her appearance is starting to change.
Yeah.
Most likely, I think, as a result of the cosmetics she was using. Mm-hmm. That's the implication I got, and it was like really freaky, like body horror stuff, and I loved it. That was a great ending.
This show is. I would say it probably has something for everybody. I think the easiest entry point, honestly, in this show is episode 2, just because it's just so light for the most part. But
it might be the lightest one,
yeah,
and even it has its dark moments.
Yeah, it's just pick an episode. That's really what you could do with this. You could pick an episode and just go in.
I think one of my biggest complaints about the show is how it looks. For the most part, it's ugly.
Yeah.
The colors are extremely desaturated and everything is very brown. Very, very brown, different shades of brown, and it doesn't look good. And
I think it was trying to mirror the original.
I think they were trying to be stylized, but it just winds up looking ugly.
Yeah.
The episode's like the episode with the monster in the hole, like that where they shoot it in black and white.
Yeah.
And and it's all those extreme close-ups. That looks good, but then they keep cutting back to, like regular, to like the upper world, and it's just like that same ugly brown stuff, and it's just, it doesn't work.
It does work in some, because they, like you said, they do it in black and white a lot, like the one with Argos. They do that one in black and white, but there's also hints of green, which I sort of appreciated, just to break up the black and white.
I feel like he should go one, or it should be one or the other. I don't like it's when they cut back and forth between the two. That's when it doesn't work, which I think they did a little too much.
There is a lot of desaturation in this, but you can see it is really in the close. But yeah, I can see what they were going for, trying to mirror the original Ultra Q, because that was in black and white. But yeah, I still appreciated the show as a whole. I'm trying to decide if we're going to do this next. I haven't 100% decided yet.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't have anything else. I just say, watch this. It's weird.
I would recommend it as well.
It's very strange, and I appreciate the strangeness. So yeah.
Strange in a good way.
Next up, for episode 135, I decided we're going to do this.
Okay.
It's been a little bit since we've gone back to Metal Hero.
Okay.
So we're going to do Just Beyond.
Kyoju Tokuso Just Beyond.
Yes.
Okay.
I have no idea what to expect going into this.
Neither do I, but we'll find out.
Yep. We'll find out.
Next time on Tokucast.
Don't forget to join us all the things. Let us know what you thought about this show in the comments below. Let us know what you think about Just Beyond. And we'll see you next time.
Let us know what you thought about Neo Ultra Q if you've seen it as well.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Thank you for watching.